Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back, and this is going to be another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast, which is on a map which I'm not sure I really recognise, to be honest. This is a weird... I'm sure we've seen this map before. Maybe? I don't know, because this expansion out on the side, Way Station. Okay, so... It's not a ladder map, it's some other random map, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's why I don't recognize it, because I assumed we were just playing on ladder maps, but these guys, I don't know, they were playing on something crazy. So anyway, let's introduce the players. It is Mr. Polt up the top right side of the map. He is 26 years of age from South Korea, sponsored by CM Storm and I Buy Power, apparently. And yes, his opponent is Mr. Check. He is 21 years of age from South Korea, plays for the team Way Spider, the Spider team. So there we go, pretty good stuff. And yeah, this Reaper's going a little bit nuts. Doing some good micro, getting off the creep nice and easily and then taking the lings out. Looks like there's another Reaper and a third one on the way. So Polt is obviously very, very happy with his Reaper's performance to go for a third one, but maybe pulling back right about now. There is another Queen coming out here, but with two Reapers going on it, that Queen has to be a little bit careful. You can see the other Queen coming down. Some great micro from Polt to keep his Reapers alive, and now the Queen is down the bottom. He's thinking about, there were Lings watching that, so Check very, very aware of what could happen if the Reapers get up to the main base while there is no Queen there. And yeah, Polt ends up losing a Reaper trying to push that. So it was a great play that now that the Queen had left that area to just go for it, but he just could not make it happen. Actually managed to snipe that. Very, very nice job. So Polt definitely getting the most out of these Reapers, doing a fantastic job, but did end up losing one, so not a perfect run with these Reapers, but nonetheless a lot of harassment, a lot of pressure, and the Lings have speed now and the Reapers are running for it. I don't think they're actually fast enough, but they do manage to kill one of the Lings while they're not actually oh, look at that, playing the ring around the rosy game, and the Lings trying to chase them. Oh, one of the Reapers so close to being killed, but just manages to survive, and they jump the cliff, and that is it. So Polt is just like desperately trying to find a cliff. He's like, this is a cliff, man. Why can't I jump off this? This is bullshit. But here we go. Looks like he's got an expansion down, and yeah, just trying to get this thing closed off. It's taking a while to get this closed off, actually, and I don't know what he's going to put in this gap here, but maybe should have put a barracks there or something like that, because there we go, another supply depot. It doesn't even bother finishing this one, just gets another one out there and sending the Hellions over to see what sort of damage they can do. So very, very standard early game pressure by Mr. Polt, of course done in an exemplary fashion, because of course he is Polt and he is very, very good at playing Terran. But Check running out with a ton of very early speedlings and has been able to use those quite effectively to see the Reapers away, and potentially will be able to use them again to see the Hellions away as well. There were two more Hellions coming out and another two after that, so Polt is not messing around with this play right here. He's getting a ton of Hellions, he's moving them out, he's doing a ton of damage, and yeah, really, really going strong. And the Lings, despite the fact that there are quite a few Lings on the field, I don't feel like they're actually enough to take on 6 Hellions. And when the other 2 Hellions start coming out, it is, well, he's actually building more. He's got like 8 and he's going for 10. That is nuts. So Polt either really, really wants to get this harassment done, or is going for some sort of mech play further on. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Has he got an armory yet? No armory. So it looks like he's just committed to this harassment. Really committed to this harassment. Really wants to make the maximum thing happen here. Yeah, because if he was going for mech, he would have an armory out by now. There's no doubt in my mind. So it's just going to be... Oh, I'm wondering what that weird sound is. It's actually me rattling a cable under the desk, because my feet sometimes go jumpy all over the place. Hopefully the mic's not picking it up, but yeah. So Hellions continuing to go nuts. With 3 queens though, there's not much going to happen because the healing is just going to be phenomenal. 2 medevacs coming in. What do we have? A whole bunch of marauders. They're going to get spotted by overlords all over the place, so no chance of anything really happening that Czech is not aware of. Whether or not he's prepared for it is another question entirely, because those marauders are going to be chewing queens up and spitting them out, and the Hellions have to focus on the banelings. They'll have to get them out. The banelings almost don't want to hit the marauders. They're like, alright, let's go for the marines. Wait a sec, there are no marines. This is messed up, and now they're going to move in. Or are they? I don't know, Czech. I think maybe he needs to use his banelings here. There's an awful lot of players, awful lot of marauders and Hellions, and he needs to be killing them. And I mean, wasting a few banelings at this point in the game, I don't think is a bad idea, really. He's killed all the marauders, and now the queens are going to be in a good position, but he's lost 2 queens, so needs to get a few more of them down there to really start doing the damage. This one Reaper is still... No, he just died. But he was one of the original Reapers, I feel like, and man... the amount of harassment damage. I think this is still technically harassment. He's still using harassment units. He's still using them in a harassment sort of way. He's going on for so long, but he's doing such a great job. This 18 workers have died so far. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And Czech just looks absolutely like... he's basically like these lings. He's running around all over the place. He's like, oh my god, gotta do something, gotta do something, gotta do something. As his macro is looking okay, 61 over 58. Could be better, could be definitely better, but he's building workers now, so let's see what he can do there. Whole bunch of marines coming out, escorting the workers. They're going to wipe this guy out. Very, very aware of the amount of lings on the map, and there we go. It's going to land, and the lings move on in, but the marines are ready for them. Polt is a strategic genius, absolutely. I don't know if he knew the lings were there waiting, but he was being on the safe side maybe, or maybe he did know the lings were there. He knew exactly what was going to happen. So either way, great play from Mr. Polt there, and he is straight off just secured a 3rd base, getting a bunker, getting some other stuff. Should be able to hold this off. Look at this, very nice to stop the lings and banelings from running in the sides. I'll have to go the long way around here. Great defense there. And it looks like Czech is finally getting into his main play, which is going to be mutiling. So we've got the lings, we've got the banelings. Do we have baneling speed? Not yet. Dude, get on that. Baneling speed, you need that stuff. Yeah. And here we go. Moving in there, but the Widow Mines are on the field. And Polt starting to look quite strong here. He's 86 over 46. He's starting to fall back a little bit behind the macro. Czech is starting to get that stuff up very nicely. But we will see. He definitely needs to put that macro to good use. Definitely needs to get a lot more units. He's building muters, which is good, but yeah. There we go. There's the baneling speed coming out. There's the muter level 1 attack. And so far, looking very good in this game. Getting all the right stuff he needs. He's got the macro. He's got the units. He's got the upgrades. But does he have Polt? I think it's still very much up in the air. Polt still has that massive army advantage that he has built up so far by just having great plays and killing so many damn lings. And Czech, I mean, is going in the right direction, but that doesn't mean he's going to win, because Polt is a fantastic player and Czech is still a bit of an unknown quantity, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure if he's capable of taking out Polt. I'm not sure if he's just a speed bump on the way to the semi-finals or wherever the hell Polt is going in this tournament. It could be either, it could be something in the middle. And I think right now is when Czech is going to start showing us which one it is. So here we go. Moving in, getting out of the way of the Widow Mines. One did manage to get a shot off, so very nice. But Polt doing a great job getting his perimeter set up with those guys. Oh, there's a drop going down as well. How many workers got killed off that? Not too many more. He's only lost one extra worker, or maybe a few, and the muters do clear it up, so nice job there. However, Polt using this opportunity to move in, do some good stuff, and Czech needs to get his forces in gear. I don't know what he's concentrating on, but he needs to be moving these guys out. They're on creep. They're well in his jurisdiction. He should be laying the smack down. There he goes. Going in there, doing a great job. All of those forces going down. Moves out a little bit too far. Does take some Widow Mine hits. So Czech doing a pretty good job getting the bailing numbers up. I really like that. It's almost a necessity if you want to beat a player like Polt to keep those bailing numbers nice and high. And yeah, what's the muter count up to? 15? Not bad, not bad at all. If he keeps those muters alive, he should be okay. Did they take out the Spire? I feel like they took out the Spire, man. Polt, you are a genius. Yeah, it's... Okay, maybe it doesn't take a genius to take out the Spire there, but, you know, good job anyway. And these guys being caught unawares. Czech. What a beautiful play right there. Got in exactly where he needed to. Is he going to push on? He's thinking. He doesn't want to push on through those forces. I feel like the Banelings were right there. It was a beautiful opportunity, but he's moving back to defend against this play, against this hatchery. There's no way he was going to save that, but he's moving back regardless. He could have taken out this command center, maybe the natural as well, with all those Banelings and muters and stuff like that, but chose to come back and save that base. And that is one of those tough decisions that players have to make. Your army is halfway across the map, almost at your enemy base, and your base is being attacked. Do you fall back to defend? And sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it makes sense to just push on, take the hits, and try and do as much damage to your opponent as you can to sort of even it out, because you know you've got no chance of getting back in time to save the base. You might as well push on and do the damage, because otherwise you're spending way too much time with your forces in the middle of the map moving around. And that is exactly the sort of behavior that a player like Polt can take advantage of, can exploit. If he knows that you're likely to try and save your bases, he will wait until you're at the perfect position, just getting up there, and then he will move in and attack your base. And he will single prong you and two prong you and three prong you and hit you time and time and time again from all different positions when he knows your army is in the worst position possible. And that is how he plays the game. And so far, I think that's what Polt's doing. And Czech, having run back to defend that fourth base, is showing that he may be vulnerable to that tactic. But still, coming in here, he's definitely got the forces to wipe out Polt when the going gets tough, man. When Polt moves in, Czech can destroy his army quite easily. So yeah, maybe Polt needs to brush up on his micro skills a little bit. Maybe needs to be a little bit more patient. We've seen him time and time again directly on a huge amount of creep. He loves, I don't know why, but he's on top of creep. He doesn't really wait for the creep to be sort of set back. He just moves right on top of it and goes nuts. And maybe that's something that he should not be doing. Maybe he should be a little bit more patient, push the creep back a little bit. I mean, I think he's got time. His macro is not that bad. It's not like Czech is way ahead of him and building a crap ton of stuff. He's still ahead on the army count as well. 127 over 76. I think he could afford to be a little bit more patient. No more of this running your entire army right in the middle of a sea of creep. I mean, he's lost quite a lot of units so far doing that. And I mean, it's easy. It's very easy for Czech to just roll in and destroy the entire army when they're on creep. So I think that's Polt's mistake right there. Moving on top of the creep too much. Just sort of span around the edges. I mean, Czech is making the creep very annoying. He's not letting it roll back very easily. It's, yeah. So there we go. He's knocking it back. There we go. And just moving on back. Looks like Polt is being a little bit more patient here. Just a little bit. He's seeing the army. He's right near the edge of the creep. Not pushing on by a ton. A little bit of forces coming in there. But now he's moving in. Now he's going nuts. He is being very aggressive. Not too aggressive. If he was down here, I would be worried about Polt. And I would say he would lose a lot of forces. But he did not go that far. So I think maybe he's learning his lesson from the past couple of engagements. And yeah, playing it nice and slow, nice and safe. And I really like the direction that Polt is going in this game. And Czech, on the other hand, he's just been going for a ton of muters, getting the muter numbers up high, starting to harass the main army, which is all he can really do. He can potentially go back, start attacking the economy of Polt. But the danger is not so much in the economy of Polt, it's in the... look at this flank. Czech, man, great presence. Absolutely great map presence right here. I don't know if he knew that the army was coming down or if he just guessed, but he went down there, regardless. And then gave the GG because he knew his mutas weren't going to be able to take out these forces, and there was another drop happening down here. So he won the first half of that battle, but he didn't have enough to finish it off. Great map presence, but in the end he just didn't have the strength, and Polt was just everywhere at once. So there we go. Game done, and Polt takes out the victory. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with both of the players in this game. Check, I mean, he got out there. He definitely rolled over Polt quite a few times in this game. It was a bit of a bad play on both sides. Not a huge bad play by Polt. It was just, you know, these tiny little things. I'm not sure if I would even call it a mistake going that far into creep, because it's a risk. It's a gamble. You run that far into creep, the game ends faster because you get more creep, but you're more open to banelings and lings. It was definitely a gamble, and it definitely did not go in Polt's favor a few times. And yeah, check doing that. But check, man, keeping his macro up, keeping his banelings numbers up. I never saw him run out of banelings until this point, where there were still a few Marines left and the banelings just weren't there. And I mean, that's really, actually, I don't think he actually ran any banelings in here. I think he stopped building banelings completely. So maybe that was a mistake. He just went for pure mutas, no more banelings. So maybe that was a mistake. But yeah, really, really nice job. And that's it. Game done. Congratulations to Polt for taking this victory out. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another game. I hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned.